Get ahead in Elkhart, Indiana. The city of Elkhart has amenities for all, plenty of outdoor recreation like nature reserves, quilt gardens, and an environmental center. Enjoy a range of dining and shopping options. Elkhart is also home to several museums and cultural landmarks, including the Midwest Museum of American Art, the Ruthmere Museum, the National New York Central Railroad Museum, and the Wellfield Botanic Gardens. If you need some caffeination, head to Main Street Roasters, play in one of their 35 parks, or saddle up for a ride on one of their 13 winding bike trails. And today I'd like to share with you a few properties that I've found. The first one is 137 Kenwood Avenue. It is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,134 square foot house, and with an asking price of $149,900, a 20% down payment of $29,980, an interest rate of 7.579%, monthly taxes of $100, monthly insurance of $52, you get a total monthly payment of $997. That means you need a required household income of $35,892 at a 33% debt to income ratio. If you wanted to go FHA on this with 3.5% down, that means you would need a down payment of $5,247, and your monthly payment would be $1,234. That means you would need a required household income of $44,424 at a 33% debt to income ratio. And the PIR, or price to income ratio, on this house is 3.3. So I'm getting pretty close to that 3 PIR mark that I promised you guys. It is difficult to find, but I'm doing my best. The next house is 1007 West Cleveland Avenue. It is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,235 square foot house, and with an asking price of $130,000, a 20% down payment of $26,000, an interest rate of 7.579%, monthly taxes of $87, and a monthly insurance payment of $46, it comes to a total monthly payment of $866, meaning you need a required household income of $31,176 at a 33% debt to income ratio. If you wanted to go FHA on this at 3.5% down, you would need a down payment of $4,550 to give you a total monthly payment of $1,071, meaning you need a required household income of $38,556 at a 33% debt to income ratio. And the price to income ratio on this house is 3.3. And the third house I wanted to share with you is 2016 Prairie Street. It is a 3-bed, 2-bath house with 1,816 square feet, and with an asking price of $165,000, a 20% down payment of $33,000, an interest rate of 7.579%, monthly taxes of $110, and monthly insurance of $58, you get a total monthly payment of $1,098, meaning you need a required household income of $39,528 at a 33% debt to income ratio. If you wanted to go FHA on this with 3.5% down, you would need a down payment of $5,775 for a total monthly payment of $1,359, meaning you need a required household income of $48,924. And this brings you in at a price to income ratio at 3.3. So it looks like all these houses are at 3.3 PIR, which when you compare it to the national average, is extremely low and affordable. And there are 4 jobs I wanted to share with you. And the first one is chassis coordinator at Jayco Incorporated. The pay range for this job is $46,780 to $58,475. The essential functions of this job are to manage records and set up chassis specs on Microsoft AX. The incumbent receives, logs chassis inventory, and renames chassis in Microsoft AX after compiling receipt documentation. They will assign VINs to sales orders and Jayco unit numbers. They will assemble chassis packs, manage transfer processes, and assure documentation is accurate for shipping. The second job is environmental health safety manager at Medics Specialty Vehicles LLC, and the pay range for this job is $60,000 to $80,000 a year. Medics Specialty Vehicles is a successful and growing company that is a leading manufacturer of emergency vehicles to the ambulance industry through innovation and quality. The third job is Director of Dietary at Brentwood at Elkhart Assisted Living. And this job starts at $55,000 a year. The main function of the Director of Dietary is to coordinate appropriate resident dietary menu planning and oversee daily operations of food preparation by dietary staff. The incumbent will ensure that dietary employees engage in preparing food, serving food, and maintaining cleanliness of food service areas, and ensure that equipment is performing the proper procedures as outlined by state and federal regulations. And the fourth job is creative financial staffing. The pay range for this job is $50,000 to $60,000 a year. This sales role is responsible for obtaining new clients and maintaining existing accounts, recruiting top accounting and finance talent, matchmaking professionals with opportunities, and building long-standing relationships with accounting and finance decision makers. And the lowest salary of any of these jobs is $46,780, which is just below the required household income of $48,924 for the last property that I showed you. So if you want to negotiate with this employer for a higher salary, maybe another $3,000 a year, you might be able to afford this house. But with any of these jobs, you would easily be able to afford the other 2 houses that I presented at the beginning. So as you can see, affordability and high quality of life are still possible in America, even in 2024. And I hope you enjoyed and got value out of this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. And don't give up, but you can get ahead.